half or remove, which is, you don't want that, you don't want that, you don't want that, enter from the midpoint of there, across, and you'll notice that I've mirrored the Dynabolt down there as well. Now, there are other shapes up there that you might like to, I mean, I've drawn that. You can download, I will allow you to download nuts and bolts off the internet if you want to. If you're doing the civil part to try and get a bonus mark, you can download trees off the internet if you want. There is a few things up here which might be helpful in terms of some of the things you can do. There's like a wedge thing here you can do maybe for the there's cylinders, there's things you can put for welding. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. There's donuts, there's pyramids, there's all sorts of other shapes you can use to do things on your drawing. If you want to try and do the civils, you need to do something called 3D face. 3D F-A-C-E, enter, and you do a shape that goes from, say, there to there, back down to there, and another one, 3D face, type it again, going from there to there to there to there. It looks like a really bad PlayStation game with the grounds all in triangles. But of course it must mirror the triangle, the ground line of your civils. If you want to look at, say, a roof, then you know you can do something like this. Let me see. You could do a P line that went like that, and then up. Oh. You could do a nice even roof like that. You could rotate it using the same rotation and the red line. Well, that one's not rotating without the green line. Click on it, 3D rotate, and the green line this time. And then you type extrude, and you can get the fancy view of a roof. See that? That's pretty cool. I did the shape of a roof and then I extruded it. Alright? So 3D is only limited by your imagination. And so that's your bolts, your nuts. I would suggest that you could do kind of like a doorstop around there, a little cylinder to show the welding around the bottom. Okay? Now, a word of warning, just before I finish. It is actually quite good fun once you do it, only because you see something, you've actually produced something and you're a bit proud of yourself, right? You do your maths homework and you get an answer and you go, oh, no big deal. You do some surveying and you end up at the right level, no big deal. You draw up Roger's pictures, no big deal. You do this and you go, oh, that's pretty cool, I did that, right? So don't spend your whole life on it. I really want you to get on with other study as well. And that's why I've only made it 5 marks. And 3 is for what I did, 2 more is for the nuts, bolts, washers, and other. Remember, you've got some screws holding on the purlin, the angle to the purlin. So there's quite a few to put on there too. And the other word of warning is, when you bring in stuff off the internet, it's quite big sizes, and if you copy the bolts 1,000 times, you're going to end up with a big file. So the big file then goes to your computer. Hold on, you haven't got enough memory. I don't know what to do. So it's like one of those goats in Afghanistan, I think it is, where they just freeze. And that's what happens to your computer. Is it Pakistan, Afghanistan? One of them has got goats that they're a bit weird. They just suddenly freeze. If you've seen them on TV. Is it India? No? They're all saying we don't have goats. What about the cricketer that's just retired?
Yeah.
He's a goat.
Yeah, he's a goat.
In fact, there's been quite a few from India. I don't know whether the wicket keeper's going to retire, must be soon. What's his name?
The captain,
Yeah.
Kane Williamson,
No, the Indian wicket keeper.
the Indian wicket, Dhoni.
Dhoni,
Yeah.
He must retire soon, sure. They call him the finisher. Mostly one day games. Quite good though, because Indians hate Australians and vice versa. But the Indians and New Zealand team get on really well.
Yeah.
They have quite friendly games. Not super friendly, but